Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss about sugar and the probable price direction in the near term, which as you can see from the screen in front of us is expected to be under pressure and move lower. Now we shall see what are the probable factors or reasons why we feel that this is the scenario going forward. Coming to the overall global production and when compared to Indian production. As you can see, India being the second largest producer of sugar has had a huge impact on the overall global supply. If you can see the trend between global supply as well as Indian supply, both have been moving in tandem more or less with the same degree, except for maybe 2012 2013 where Indian production slightly declined, but the international market production continued to register a growth as supply from other nations compensated the decline in Indian markets. The important factor here is the share of Indian market in global supply has been more or less steady, with market share being around 15 to 14% mostly, except for 2008 2009 where because of drought conditions the share has declined pretty sharply. Now coming to the Indian scenario, as far as the consumption pattern is concerned or demand is concerned, it has been registering a steady growth over the last few years, as you can see from the blue line here. And going forward in 2013-14 also, it is expected to register a moderate growth from 2012 to 2013. When it comes to the production, as was the case with 2012-13, uh, we are expecting slightly lower production this time, with the overall production coming to around 23.7 million tons. However, these are only preliminary estimates that have come out, and there is a long way to go before we can actually say with any likeliness what can be the actual production level from the Indian markets. But the interesting factor here is, as you can see from the red line here, the ending stocks are expected to register a marginal growth even though the production levels are expected to come down this year. This is more on the expectations that the government may actually import more stocks to maintain a buffer uh, before going forward in the next season. Now, when it comes to seasonality of sugar, as is in front of us, it is pretty clear that from the month of June to December, which is the festive season in Indian markets, there is a huge spurt in demand, and as such, prices have been moving up normally. And afterwards, from Jan to June, it is generally a lean season wherein prices are expected to remain lower. But when it comes to this particular season, because we are already into the festive season, we are into September, we are not expecting much of a rise in price, which is expected uh, to remain slightly on the lower side, more because of the reasons that we have already said, that the ending stocks which have been pretty much higher or carried forward from the previous years, and the production levels did not decline so much as expected, and because of the good monsoons the overall production levels may actually be slightly higher than what is expected. Now coming to the technical part, as you can see, prices have been rallying from 2007 to 2000, almost in 2012, registering a record high of 3600 levels, 660 to be specific. Now, markets which are moving in a trend channel finally given a breakout and are trading below this trend channel. So the expectations are that markets may move towards 2500 levels most probably, and further towards 2300 levels, which is the trend channel distance. Though the volumes have declined comparatively, but in a selling market, since volumes need not be so high as is the case with a bullish market, we expect that this trend will continue for going forward. If you see if you apply Fibonacci retracement for the entire move from 2007, which is around 1160 levels to 3600 levels, markets have breached 23.6 level, 23.6% retracement level, which is around 3070, and are currently trading below those levels. So we expect that prices may eventually come to move towards 38.2% retracement level, which is around 2700 levels, and may even come down below this level towards 2500 levels. So we suggest that traders may actually go short below 2900, which is as there is a minor support here around 2900 levels. So traders can pick shorts below 2900 levels, targeting 2700 and 2500 levels, with maintaining stops of above 3080. Happy trading. Thank you.